back out here. I've had time to charge my phone and look through the installation manual. Took all the parts out. They're scattered around here. Got to get them out of the package so you have an opportunity to lose stuff. I'm going to go ahead and pull the pickups and the volume tone knobs out of here. I don't know if you can see this or not. I made this mini, a couple more minis years ago. It was something that Stu Mack had for sale. It looked very much like this, although I think it was all made out of steel or metal, whatever. I don't know what kind. But I just took a piece of PVC pipe and a piece of square tubing and cut a notch in it so that it can go underneath the knob. It's a knob puller. I padded, got felt on the bottom of it so you don't mar the guitar. And it's pretty cool. It's just a puller. You just twist the wing nut up here and it pulls the knob right up. Oh, well, it pulls the knob right up when it's a push-pull pot. I should have already had it on the upstroke. So anyway, there we go. One knob. Same old thing here, just keep doing that. You can do this with shoelaces, or you can get like 2 spoons or something. Yeah, that's what I've seen. I haven't done the 2-spoon thing. I haven't done the shoelace thing either. But I like this. It's just nice, very controlled. Don't have any sudden parts coming apart on you, you know, and things flying across the room like you might have if you were using a shoelace on that. Over the last 20-something years since I made this, I've used it a lot. Anyway, homemade, fashioned after the Stu Mack article. I was commenting on a YouTube video, and the guy made a comment actually so to the effect of, take that, Stu Mack. I mean, because he made his own miter box, and basically congratulated him on that. So many people today don't think they can build a guitar if they don't start out with the $3,000 startup kit and the hundreds of dollars of templates that are laser cut or CNC cut by somebody else. I've made all my templates all the way along, building new guitars, new styles, doing copies. The only, I'm trying to think of what I bought a template. Oh, I bought a set for a Strat because I wanted to make sure that I had everything right. And the template wasn't right. So I had to realign the template and, you know, fix things because things didn't line up. Pickguard didn't line up. The neck wasn't centered in the body. It was, and it was a reputable, the word reputable, template manufacturer. All right, I'm on this topic of Stu Mack. That's not the right size one. I did buy a set of these T-handle wrenches many years ago now from Stu Mack. If I can get it out of the block. I drilled holes in the block, and for whatever reason this one hole's a little snug and I've never fixed it. And there's no reason for that. Other than flat out laziness. There we go. All right. I know this is doing a lot of rabbit trailing here. I've seen a lot of people go after their control knobs with a thing like this. This is the worst thing in the world because it's so easy to scratch the finish with a adjustable wrench like that. And you could use a socket. This is 7/16, so you could use a socket to do this with. Anything at all is, well, now it's stuck on there. Gosh. This must be slightly metric. Anyway, what was I saying? And then that, see, they had all these push-pull pots here, and then this one pot is a different size because it's just a standard shaft, and that's approximately 1/2 inch. But anyway, these T-wrenches, they're super handy. Use them all the time when you're doing tuners and you're tightening the tuner nuts and all that kind of stuff. Every guitar I ever have in the shop gets a once-over on the tuners to make sure everything's snug. And so I will take there we go. I will take this 3/8 and go up here. You can't see me, but I'm double checking to make sure that oh, I didn't have the 3/8 out. I was thinking that it's always a 3/8. So these aren't loose because it's a brand new guitar, but they're not snug either. I'm getting a little bit of a turn on them. And I'll check the screws on the back as well. Always do that on a setup. Ben Crow uses that weird little cube thing. I don't know if they designed it or copied it, but it's a little weird little cube that they have that he likes to use when he's putting stuff together, and it looks like the most fiddly, pain in the neck little thing. So anyway, I wouldn't use that thing either. It just looks like a problem. All right. Could probably just use a magnet to get these off of here, but now there aren't any pickup rings with this, so I'm going to, it wouldn't be a real stretch, but I'm just going to assume here that I'm going to be putting the new pickups in the old rings. Always pay attention. I know. If you do this, you already know, but the screws on the front pickup are typically shorter than the screws on the back pickup, or the bridge pickup. So neck pickup versus bridge pickup. And it's important to pay attention, because if you put a long pickup screw through a hole that has, and we don't have a problem here, this wire is going here. A lot of these wires go out right where the pickup screw is at. This wire is going out right where the pickup screw is at. But it's a tall enough pickup ring, that it's not going to be an issue screwing into the wire. Yep, so I was going to have to wire the solder this on, but these actually just push on to these, so I won't have to solder that. So nothing has to be soldered. And let's see here. We got my two main pickup leads. Just checking. They are actually, one's longer than the other, so we're going to go with the longer one being the neck. And we'll feed that through. And it's funny. Oh, there it is. Okay. They were saying to be sure you wound up the excess underneath the pickup. So I don't even think I'm going to put the pickups in yet. I think I'm just going to put the wires in and then do the cavity, and then I'll know how much slack I have to leave under the pickups. Make sense? I thought so. And now that's got a white. So the neck pickup has a white shrink, or excuse me, a black shrink wrap around the end of it, and the neck pickup has, the bridge pickup, excuse me, has the white shrink. Not that I couldn't tell from the length of the wires, but that's handy to remember too. All right, so we're just going to go like that. Like that. Just pop those down in there so they don't scratch the guitar. And let's go. No, I got wires hanging out. Speaking of scratching stuff, we'll keep track of where those are at. All right, then we have all these little intermittent connectors that once I get rolling here, it'll tell me where they need to be. I think I might even have more than I need. I'm not positive about that. That's obviously the output jack. This is the ground wire for the bridge. And then I got 4. Yeah, those are probably about right because you got to connect to the tones. Oh well, we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and move all of these out of here so that I don't get those confused with the new ones. And all of these. All over the neighborhood. Okay, so we've got, let's see here, that's they all look like they're the same size. I don't know why they put them in different bags. Just to confuse me. All right, get that away. That away. Okay, don't know what's going on with the camera. It does this all the time. Just kicked off. But it was really hot. The battery is already burned out, so maybe that battery shorted out or something. I don't know. But I'm again using my nut driver here, 1/2 inch for the output jack. Put a dab of Loctite on there, and then just tighten it up really good. Also has a lock washer, you know, whatever you call those things, wrinkle washers. So we'll put the connector on first and slide it in. This pot is in the way right here, so I couldn't go from the inside, so I had to take the jack off. All right, so ground black is negative, or sleeve in this case, white is positive, or tip. And slide it in and screw it back together. Oh, those just jam up right on top of that. That's, well, they can't control that, I guess, can they? I don't think that's going to hurt anything. Let's make sure that the screws will go in. I haven't tightened the volume or tone pots up yet because I'm not sure where they need to be, but you know, I think I got plenty of wires, so that shouldn't be an issue. And the way they're sitting right now, I have room in the middle for the block here to just sit in there. I think I'm going to get the switch screwed into the block before I actually stick it down to the floor here, the control cavity. Just because I don't want to have to get down in that little tiny space. And I'm definitely going to have to put my visor on. Alright, so this appears that we're all good there. So I'm going to just back the nuts off of these far enough to get some Loctite on them and then snug those up. And those will all be 3/8, I believe. I like Loctite, just One of the most common things you find when you have somebody bring something in with an electronic problem, circuit problem, is that the knob came loose and they just kept twisting it, and it just wraps all the wires up and breaks everything loose, or turns it to the point where things are shorting out. So it's really just a little bit of preventative maintenance. All right, everything is in there. We've got one diagram for the 4-pot control system, diagram 9, which is over here. And so, okay, output. All right, so we've got, I've got to find my little screwdriver. See if this one will work. Too big. Oh, there it is. I got all these screwdrivers stuck on a magnet and they all just look alike. All right, so I had a couple grounding lugs here. You're not going to be able to see that. But according to this, we've got the bridge pickup hot here, the neck pickup hot here, the out, which is the center of the switch, which is white. So we've got a white, we've got a green and a red for our outputs here. Now, as far as what's what on the switch, should be the opposite. So down is the bridge, so the green is my output for my neck. So I'm going to, I don't need this to be, could just do that, and then, you know what, we're just going to whack them off here right at the deal. All right, so that little plug's just totally useless now. I got to put the lid back on my Loctite. Put that away. So this black wire here is just the braid with a piece of shrink wrap on it, heat tape. So there we go. And I don't think my pliers go small enough for this wire, but maybe we'll get lucky. Nope. So it's teeth. You know what? I don't care. I'm going to solder these. I'm not to the block, but I'm going to tin the ends of these wires so that there's a little something more substantial to grab onto. All right. All right. There's another 20 bucks I had to fire up my soldering iron. All right. That's a joke. All righty. Now, oh, I should still use my visor. Pruning these things a bit. All right, let's try it again. So the green's the bridge. I'm realizing that you can't see a thing I'm doing. I'm very sorry about that. Ow. Did you hear my neck pop? Alright, we're back. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing stuck down before I get so far into this that I can't get it in there. I probably could have done it before I did all these, but all of this stuff is flexible enough that I should be able to do this without causing any problems, hopefully. I might have to rotate some of these pots if they're not what I thought was going to happen. Oh, I had room, but this thing's taller than these wires, so they're kind of in the way, so maybe I don't have room. Oh well, I'm just mumbling there and carrying on. So let's see what happens if I do that. Yeah, I can just stick it right there. Kind of a pain. Ow. Got these prongs on this thing that aren't being used for anything else, and I'm just stuck myself. This one thing right here could probably move. Would be okay. And it's in. So everything's connected except for the ground wire. And so, oh, it actually shows that ground wire being stripped. Just squeeze that. Done deal. And there's silicone in there, not that it needs to be in this environment. All right, so we're going to tuck that down in there. And push back on our pickup cables. I should say pull back on our pickup cables. All right, now, since we did all that, we will go ahead and get these plugged in. See, we didn't have tons of wire left over. This is the bridge. I'm going to pull that off of there and plug that on, and these go on with these little tabs up, and there happens to be a little arrow on top of that, which kind of, I don't know, they're always up. So there we go, and that's the right direction, so no issues. All right, everything's wide open in the center, so I should have everything should be working. So it should be bridge only, or excuse me, neck only. And we got bridge, so I got those wires crossed. Okay, so there's neck, no bridge. So I got that red and that green wire crossed in the block. It's going to be a real treat to swap those, but at least they're not soldered down there, they're just screwed in. Okay, let's go ahead though. Here's bridge. I know it's backwards, but let's test the volume goes down, tone goes down, volume goes down, tone goes down. All right. So, yeah, so everything's working. I've just got to flip it over and swap that green and that red wire in the block. I don't know how I missed that. It's usually the opposite. That's down, that's the bridge. Should be the green wire. It's just backward. Well, there's no arguing with results, so I'm going to swap those.